Let's take a closer look at a coin that often flies under the radar, the 1967 Washington quarter. At first glance, it might just seem like another everyday coin from your change jar. But don't let that simple appearance fool you. The 1967 quarter is packed with historical significance, collector curiosity, and surprising details that make it a topic worth exploring. To understand why this particular quarter matters, we need to rewind to the early 1960s. For decades, quarters were made of 90% silver. But by 1964, things were changing fast. The value of silver was rising, and people started hoarding coins. There was a major coin shortage. That shortage led the U.S. Mint to remove silver from dimes and quarters starting in 1965. From that point on, quarters were made with a copper-nickel clad composition. The 1967 Washington quarter is a perfect example of that new era in American coinage. The design of the coin stayed true to tradition. On the obverse or front, you'll still find the familiar profile of George Washington, America's first president. This design was created by sculptor John Flanagan and first appeared on the quarter in 1932. Washington faces left, with the word Liberty above his head and the motto "In God We Trust" to the left. The date, 1967, is stamped clearly at the bottom. Clean, simple, and undeniably iconic. Flip the coin over and the reverse shows a proud bald eagle perched on a bundle of arrows, with 2 olive branches underneath. This strong imagery represents both peace and strength, an American staple. Around the top are the words United States of America, and just below that, the classic motto E pluribus unum. At the bottom, it reads, $quarter. Now here's where it gets more interesting. If you've looked at a 1967 quarter, you may have noticed something's missing. There's no mint mark. That's right, no D for Denver, no S for San Francisco, nothing. But this wasn't an error. During the years 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint decided to stop using mint marks altogether.
Why?
Because people were hoarding coins based on where they were made, thinking some mint locations produced more valuable coins. To prevent this and help stabilize the coin shortage, the mint simply removed all mint marks from coins during those years. The metal composition of the 1967 quarter is one of the big things that sets it apart from its pre-1965 counterparts. Instead of silver, it's made of a copper core sandwiched between 2 layers of cupronickel. This gave it a similar color and weight to the older silver coins, but without the precious metal value. Even today, many people mistake these clad coins for silver until they check the edge, where the copper core is usually visible. Let's talk numbers. Over 1.5 billion Washington quarters were struck in 1967. Yes, billion with a B. That massive mintage makes the 1967 quarter one of the most common U.S. coins ever made. So naturally, most of them aren't rare or extremely valuable. However, condition still matters a lot. While circulated coins might only be worth their face value, 25 cents, a pristine uncirculated or high-grade 1967 quarter can fetch a premium from collectors, especially if it's been graded MS 65 or higher by a reputable coin grading service. But there's more. In 1967, the U.S. Mint also produced a special set of coins called Special Mint Sets, SMS. These were meant to replace traditional proof sets for collectors during those transitional years. So instead of regular proof coins, collectors could buy these SMS sets, which featured coins with a nicer finish, somewhere between proof and uncirculated quality. These coins didn't have a mirror-like surface like proofs, but they were still more detailed and shiny than regular circulation coins. The 1967 Special Mint Set quarters have a bit of a different look and feel. They often show sharper details and stronger luster, and if you're looking for a 1967 quarter that's worth more than pocket change, SMS coins are where to look. In fact, some collectors specifically hunt for high-grade SMS quarters because they tend to have fewer contact marks and better eye appeal. There's also the excitement of potential errors and varieties. Like many coins from the 1960s, some 1967 quarters were struck with slight mistakes, off-center strikes, die cracks, double dies, and other minting errors. While not extremely common, these errors can make a 1967 quarter much more valuable. For example, a strong double die on the date or lettering could increase the coin's value significantly. Error coins are always in demand, and collectors love finding them. So what's a 1967 quarter worth today? In circulated condition, most are still only worth face value. But if you find one in mint state condition, say MS-65 or higher, it could be worth $5 to $20, depending on the coin market. SMS quarters in top condition can go for $10 to $40, and exceptional specimens with deep cameo contrast or designated varieties can bring even more. Let's say you come across a 1967 quarter with an unusually shiny surface, very few scratches, and super sharp details. That could be a special mint set coin, or even a high-grade mint state strike.